Hello everyone. So the problem that we have here is a time distance problem. So how we are going to solve it is, see, we will establish the relationships between each type of variables that you have. What I mean by that is, see what you have. First of all, you have the number of days, right? Number of days, number of will denote number as this one, okay? As symbol. Now number of employees, that is another, right? And what is the third one? Third one is amount of work, right? Amount of work. So what is the contract? What does the contract say? The contract says that the contractor has to build a 6 kilometer road in 200, sorry, not here, 200 days, right? He is he is free to choose however number of employees that he or she wants. Now what happens is, he has employed 140 people, right? 140 people he has employed, and in 60 days he has completed what amount of work? 1.5 kilometer. This is in kilometer, right? This is in kilometer. 1.5 kilometer work. Now let us say, what is this days? Days, actually we have to write it as days remaining, right? Because this is not days, this is days remaining, right? Now what we know is that we have to have this employees. So see, this number of employees. So look at it this way, that if my amount of work increases, what is going to be my required number of employees? That would also need to be more. So these two has these number of employees, these has, so let me write this way. This has a direct relationship with the amount of work, right? This is the amount of work, right? This is a direct relationship. And what is going to be the days remaining? What is going to be the relationship of number of employees with the days remaining? So if I have to complete some amount of work in less number of days, I have to have more number of employees. That means it is an inverse relationship, right? So we can write this is number of days, right? Hopefully that clears up the confusion here. Okay. So look at this particular line, this line. We have all three components here. So we can write it this way, that 60 is proportional to, this is proportional to sign, okay, proportional to amount of work, that is 1.5, and number of days is 140, right? 140. So here we can write it this way, that 1.5 k by 140, this is going to be 60. In other words, we can write it this way, that k is equals to 140. Let us write it in another page actually, right? Let us not, this will be problematic if we continue in this page, okay? So this is 1.5k by 140 equals to 60, right? So we can write that k equals to 140 into 60 by 1.5. Also, if you're studying for an exam or a test, I always ask you to hold up the calculations till end. Many things get cancelled out, right? So this is what we have here, right? 140 into 60 by 1.5. Now let us revisit. What you have to calculate is this one, right? So what is the remaining? We have to have the remaining as well, right? What is the remaining amount of work? 4.5 kilometer, right? I'm just subtracting, right? 4.5 kilometer. And what is the number of days remaining? 140, right? 140. Now we have to complete this 4.5 kilometer of work in 140 days. So again we are revisiting this formula, right? This is the formula. Let me write it again. So number of employees, let me change the color as well, right? So the number of employees is proportional to amount of work by what? Number of days, right? Number of days. Now what is the number of days remaining? You can see here number of days remaining is 140. This is the number of days remaining, right? And this is the amount of work 4.5 kilometer. So now employees required, we have to write it as employees required, right? Required is basically k into what is the amount of work that is remaining, 4.5 kilometer of road, and what is the number of days that is remaining, 140, right? So this is what is required. Now if we calculate this, we have k from here, so this is 140 into 60 by 1.5, and this is 4.5 by 140, right? Again everything cancels out, many things cancels out, so 140 cancels out, and this 1.5 and 4.5, this is going to be 3, so this is coming out to be 180, right? Now you have this is 180. Now what can you say? How many people are already employed? You can say that the amount of people that are already employed is 140. 140 people are already employed, so we need 180. So basically the additional recruitment that you have to do is 180 minus 140, that is 40 people you have to recruit more. Okay, so answer here is 40. Okay, and that is how you solve this problem. Like and subscribe if you would like to. See you in another problem in another video.